What up? It's your buddy, Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again. And this is BOFURI. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Episode 6, discussion slash review, man. Yes, I'm back at it again. And like I constantly say, week in and week out, man, I enjoy this anime to the fullest. Every week is something new, and you get to experience such great fun and joy watching these characters on screen and getting to live in the world that they live in inside this video game. And it's such a wonderful treat week in and week out. I love it. So let's dive right into the episode, man. This week was a lot more slowed down than last week's episode. I guess coming off of the event, this week we see them going back to reality and going back to school and having PE and just regular classes. But Maple couldn't really differentiate between real life and the video game because, granted, while they were in the video game, it was a week. But in reality, it was just one day. And it just felt like a week while they were in the game. And Sally was telling her, well, Maple, kind of be careful a little bit so you don't get confused between the two, which is reality and the video game. And she told her, but she didn't really listen because every time throughout the course of the day, she kind of just jumped back to the game. When anything was happening in real life, she kind of reverted back to the game because she was so wrapped up in the game for that week that they were inside the game. And it was funny to see those scenes, and she realized herself that she needed to take a break from the actual game. So she took a break. She took 3 days off, and those 3 days she took off were, they created some new stuff of in-game content, and one of the things they created was like a golden bug, or like a bright light golden bug. And if you capture this bug, you get like this huge golden coin, and that allows you to buy a guild house. So now we have a guild. We're getting guild members. We're getting so much stuff. I thought this episode was going to be completely slowed down, but I like the fact that it wasn't. Like it gave us that whole slow pace beginning. But then once we got back into the game, it kind of peaked up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit, because then we have like a slow montage of them trying to find the right guild house. Then they found the one which we knew we were going to find, which is the one for the that we seen in the opening where everybody's running to, which is the treehouse out in the middle of the forest. But it looks good, and it fits their aesthetic, if you ask me. But also, it holds 50 members. So they can have up to 50 members. Well, they can have actually 50 members, and that's it. So they started recruiting people this episode as well, which picked up the episode a little bit. So of course they were going to recruit. I gotta go look up their names. I remember the other chick. I don't want to get the dude's name wrong that I mistakenly called the girl last week. So yep, his name popped up first. Kanade. So they picked up Kanade and. Kanade. I'm going to Kanade. So they picked up Kanade, and Kanade, I also learned this episode, has a staff which ends up looking like the Rubik's Cube that gives him a different skill every day. Okay, now they mentioned this in the episode that Sally, she's not your normal typical character. She's like way above everybody else for sure. Let's be real. But she has the tendency to draw weirdly odded people towards her, because we also know that the two new characters they picked up, they're basically Maple, not Sally. Did I say Sally? I meant to say Maple. They're Maple clones, if you kind of will. Maple maxed out in defense, they maxed out in offense. So that was nice to see that whole aesthetic going on. So now we have two people that they're just like Maple. They're new to video games, and they just chose one particular skill set to max out. But Kanade pick, or Kanade, I'm gonna go Kanade. No, Kanade. I'm gonna go Kanade. And it's a staff that gives him a different skill every day. So every day he logs in and logs out, he has a different skill set, which is cool. How cool is that? The only thing about it is like what suck, like if that day your skill set is maybe, I don't know, like you get more gold or something like that, and you really need to fight today, you can't fight because your skill set for fighting isn't quite that high. But it's nice though, because it's something that I'm looking forward to. That I am really looking forward to seeing Kanade's Rubik's Cube staff or whatever give him a different skill set every day. Then they also picked Kurumu, which is the very first guy that Maple came introduced to. I got their names pulled up over here. We got Eyes, the chick that created the shield. Kasumi, the samurai chick, and Yui and Mei. Now, that's all the people that's in the guild, and I could definitely see them pulling maybe some more, like if we get another season, or maybe just one more person. I don't know. I have to watch the opening again. But we know that as of right now, that's the guild. That's the guild's core, and it was nice once they got to meet Mei and Yui. I knew it was going to be them because we saw them in the opening, so we knew they were coming. But to see them have a conversation with Sally and Maple, because they really weren't sure, because they've been booted out of a lot of parties because people didn't need them, because they didn't have anything going for them but strength. Like, so if you get hit in a fight, you're pretty much done. But if they join Maple's guild, let's be real, Maple's got the ultimate defense. Ain't nobody hitting Maple. So let's be real, that's set. And also we learned this episode that the number one player, the number two player, his friend, and the other girl, they all created a guild themselves. So, that's kind of just off on it. We don't care about that. That's nice and fine and dandy, but we care about Maple, Sally, and Maple Tree. That's all we care about. Let's be real. So they started talking to Yui and Mei, and they convinced them to join their guild. Then, they jump on top of Syrup to fly to level 2, because they had to take him to level 2 because that's where the guild is. So they're on their way to level 2, and they're like, well, I heard about this super crazy chick that had a flying turtle. I didn't know it was you. So they get to level 2, and then they come to the entrance where they have to defeat the stag again. And this time, Sally pretty much just demolished this thing by herself. She didn't need no help. She defeated this thing by herself. She got Kagebushi no Jutsu over here going on. Oboro doing his thing. So, yeah, they're super OP. And she grabbed 2 other characters that maxed out attack and, offense or whatever. So they're super OP once they start to stack up their other skills, and where they can level out a little bit. Their attack is super high, because at the end of this episode, they headbutted the table and cracked it like that. Dude, this is crazy. So I love the fact that our whole core is epic, and it kind of reminds me of the Straw Hats. Let's be real. It's a group of 9-10 individuals. They all have a particular skill set where they don't need a guild of 20 or 40 people. They all have enough skill sets where it can just be this core member group and handle all of the stuff that's going on, because the reason they had to recruit other people was because in the 4th event is going to be an all-out guild war, and they had to recruit more people because everybody may not be able to log on at the same time. So in case some people can't log on, we got enough members to handle everything in case we get attacked by other guilds. So now we got 2 new guild members. We got a guild house, and Maples is the guild master. So this episode, it started out slow, and then it kind of got intermediate, but we got a lot of information, and we created a guild this episode. So I really enjoyed it. I love it week in and week out. And like I said, it was a little slow, but it was just a very nice introduction to Mei and Yui and starting a guild. So I feel like next week's episode going to really dive into some stuff, because we got the 3rd event that's on the way, and then we got the 4th event, which is the guild attack, and this was episode 6, so maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So probably episode 9 or 10, we may dive into the guild war, I'm hoping. So this is your boy, The Incredible Man. Don't forget to smash the like button. You can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.